Hi Punto, Raya. My name is Martin Moolhuijsen and I'm incredibly happy to present my film Grain Cloud Atmosphere at the festival this year. Grain Cloud Atmosphere is a cameraless film done entirely on 35mm clear leader. All the images were painted with India ink and spray glue. The way that I work is that I usually put a layer of ink that will work as a background before applying another layer of spray glue. In this way, the glue sort of holds all the ink together, and at the same time it gives a lot of texture and detail. I then pierce the layer of glue when it is still wet with a fountain pen in order to place the colors more carefully. All the frames are then digitized with a photographic scanner and fed into an algorithm developed in Maximus P. What the algorithm does, it basically shuffles all the images, all my hand-painted frames in real time according to certain parameters such as color or painterly technique without rendering times or latency, which means that in this way I can sort of improvise the majority of my editing process. For example, for Grain Cloud Atmosphere, I improvised with 2,500 hand-painted frames, more or less 1 hour of material, and then I just cut out the parts that I didn't like. Since my algorithm continuously shuffles the images in real time, it's extremely easy for me to create a film which is a sort of endless flow of images that never repeats itself. And for this reason, I wanted to make a film that was sort of the opposite. So I wanted to organize the material in a more complex form with accelerating and decelerating rhythm and freeze frame, sort of finding a way to shape time. That was also helped by the soundtrack, which was made almost entirely from a granular synthesizer. A granular synthesizer, basically, it's an algorithm that takes a sample of sound and chops it into tiny fragments called grains. When you put many grains together, you have what is called a cloud, and then when many clouds start interacting with each other, you have an atmosphere. The same principle is basically what happens with my images. I take 120, 150 meters of hand-painted films, digitize them as single images, and then reorganize them in real time in a different order. That is, structurally, both things work in the same way. And that's why I chose granular synthesis as the main instrument on the soundtrack, and why its principle gave the film its name.